Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another standard episode. I said I was going to play Omni. It sounds like people want Omni, so here we are. Omniscience, featuring dragons. So, the last time I played Omniscience, it was with Sean, and I thought the deck was really strong then, but this is another deck that's gotten a number of really notable upgrades with Tarkir. Now, instead of playing Invasion, we are playing Meringue River Regent, which is just a little bit more flexible of a card, with Roiling Dragonstorm. And your win con is playing Founding of the Third Path and milling out your opponent. Sounds good. Means you don't need to use sideboard space, things like that. This is kind of cool. It's playing 4 temporary lockdowns because there's a lot of like Corey Steelcutter decks and things like that running around. Trying a couple of these dragon counterspells, and so, you know, let's hop into the first round and see how it goes. All right, here we are for match number 1 on the play, and you know, this, aside from the mana base, looks like a pretty serviceable hand. We have Temp Lockdown for any of the aggressive decks, Stock Up to help us find some things, Beza as a way to stabilize, and we can discard our Omniscience at some point. And so it looks pretty good to me. Our opponent took a mulligan. Always good news for us. Alright. Let's play our Darker Wastes, and you know, hopefully at some point we find lands that don't deal damage to us. We are only playing a 2-color deck, but... Okay, Founding the Third Path. So this is our win con, but we don't need it in our hand. That being said, I don't know. If we played it this turn, it would be for chapter 2 to mill ourselves for 4. And then we would cast a copy next turn, and I'm not sure we want to do that. I think I'd rather just hold it. I think given that we saw a green land and not a red land, our most likely turn is Stock Up. The only reason we wouldn't stock is if we needed to cast Temp Lockdown, but Stock Up will help us find, you know, lands that tap for colors and... Ah, yes. The island. Beanstalk. Okay. My guess is this is like a terror deck. I guess Domain like would make sense, but this was 2 basics. Okay. We got some lands in here. Roiling Dragonstorm I think is going to help us keep digging, so I'm interested in taking that. And then... I think I want Meticulous Archive. We're probably playing Stock Up next turn. So we definitely want to land. A Survey Land is definitely one that's nice. I believe this matchup is supposed to be good for us. Llanowar Elves. Well, that was not what I was anticipating. Pretty Llanowar Elves. Okay, well, let's cast Stock Up again, shall we? Nice part about Meticulous Archive is we'll have an untapped land. We do, our land we don't pay life for. We do have Flood Farm Verge. We have another land lined up, which is kind of nice. You don't really want to be missing your land drops in this deck. Are they thinking about Spell Pierce? Oh, they're cracking their land. Okay. Is it Otters? I think I'm just gonna make sure we keep hitting our land drops. Getting a basic is nice because it turns on the Flood Farm Verge. Meringue River Regent. This looks good. It is a way to keep getting through our deck and something we will need. And we get to do our favorite, discard Omniscience to hand size. Discarding Omniscience to hand size feels so good. I don't think I can explain truly, like, how lovely it feels. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Okay, is this like a dragon deck? Okay. I kind of want to just temp block down this turn. I feel like there's no reason to let them keep these around. And we can cast our Roiling Dragonstorm. It looks like no matter how we do this, we have to pay a life, so I'll do it now. Oh, we could also cast the Falahi Archaeologist. I don't know which one's better. Technically, Falahi sees more cards. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the option that lets us see more cards. I think I'm gonna take another Dragonstorm. I don't think taking a Spell Pierce they know about is going to help us too much here. At this point, we're just looking for Abuelos. What is kind of cool now is we can just like hard cast Moraine River Regent. Dragonback Assault. Okay. Oh, cool. I see the thoughts here. Make a bunch of 4/4s. Okay, so it definitely does look like at some point we're gonna need to win the game. We can counter the Encroaching Dragonstorm. So I think I'm just gonna cast the Roiling Dragonstorms. They will have 8 power. But we can take an attack for 8. Okay, we found Abuelos. Oh, I think we can win now. We can get Spell Pierced. But that doesn't seem terribly likely to me. So let's just try. Get the Omniscience. And we do have Dispelling Exhale at this point, so we should be good. Draw 2. Discard a card. Let's mill them for 2. Feels kind of free. Cast our big dragon. We'll bounce a dragon and founding the 3rd path. Alright. Cool, cool. So we saw Dragonback Assault, up the Beanstalk, some dragons, and Encroaching Dragonstorm. Negate, probably? Or, oh, I guess we're not playing Negate. Oh, we are playing Negates. Negate looks probably good. Change the Equation looks like it works pretty well. Maybe that's... I guess it is just Negate in this example. Doesn't look like we need Abolisher. Afara's Dismissal, maybe? I didn't really see a way they interact with us. I feel like Negate is just like a... does Temp Lockdown look like it does very much? I know it took beans, but... like, maybe we'd rather play things over the Temp Lockdowns. I think we do. We can play, like, Change the Equation. Hits a lot of other things. And then, like, either a Board Wipe or a Afara's Dismissal. I think another Afara's Dismissal sounds good. Alright, let's try this. 2 peas. I grew out of most vegetables that I disliked from when I was a baby. Or a kid. I still don't like peas. Let me know what your favorite vegetable is. I think asparagus is probably mine. This looks fine. Interacts decently well. Ghost Vacuum. Okay. I don't know if there was something we were supposed to bring in for that, but... Beza? don't know if we care about Beza. I don't think we care. Would you like to take my Beza? You're welcome to. Well, he's kind of nice. They didn't play beans. I think I'm just gonna pass. Hold up counterspell. Next turn we can like Falahi hold up a Forest Dismissal or something. I guess if they don't play anything or holding up counter, I guess holding up a counterspell makes no sense. Alright, let's play Falahi, I think. Okay, let's take this Dragonstorm. That looks super useful here. Help us smooth out our hand. I remember from when playing with Sean that with Ghost Vacuum, just like be patient. And at some point you will like be able to hard cast things if need be. Let's cast the Dragonstorm. I'm mostly casting the Dragonstorm here because I don't want to miss land drops. I think we discard one of our many copies of Forest Dismissal. And I mean, I'm almost ready to Forest Dismissal my own Falahi. And Surveil. I guess we don't need to. We can just hold them. It is one of my favorite plays. Alright, Fabled Passage. Oh, I was messing with my hand too much. Okay. I think we'll play a land. I'm gonna play my untapped, my land into my Fabled Passage because I'm okay drawing lands, and so I don't want to really like take more lands out of my deck. In fact, I kind of actively want to draw lands from here. I want to make sure I'm making a land drop every turn. Alright, bye-bye, a Forest Dismissal. Okay. This looks like something we can counter. Do I care about them getting basics? No, I don't really think so. I think that's fine. Like, I'd rather counter like Dragon Back Assault or something. Let's cast a Moment of Truth. Blaststone can also blow up the Ghost Vacuum now is notable. I wonder if I should have thought about that before I did this. Oh, I think now I want to put Omniscience in my hand. Because I can blow up the Ghost Vacuum and then figure out a way to win from there. Seachrome Coast. Okay. So I can discard it with the River Regent, but I need to blow up the Ghost Vacuum first. This is 3 mana to blow it up. Okay, so let's just play a tap land, I guess. And pass. I guess, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about the most efficient way to, like, blow up this Ghost Vacuum and, you know, win the game. And it just doesn't really feel like I need to be in a rush. You know, if they're not killing us, then who cares? You know, we will win the game eventually. Stock up? Sure. I notably cannot counter that spell. Beans. I don't really think I care. Yeah, have whatever card you want. I'd rather use my mana blowing up Blasto on this turn. We do need 2 Meringue River Regents to win the turn we play it, so I'm just keeping that in mind as I'm making my decisions. Like, I'm thinking about whether or not next turn, maybe, I want to do this to discard the Omniscience. Okay, let's blow up the Ghost Vacuum. Okay. I think this turn I am gonna attack in Afara's Dismissal. This is not super relevant. I'm gonna cast the Falahi. So, like, I don't know, maybe I want a gate. I'll leave it there in case I want it. Cast the Falahi. Okay, now that there's a Meringue River Regent in my graveyard, I'm gonna remember that, and I probably don't want to cast this one. We'll play a Fabled Passage, so we can cast one of our 2 counterspells, if we so desire. Yeah, I mean, I think I want to counter that. Sufficiently annoying. I think Negate is a little better. We saw, like, Gloomvine Regent. That's something they could play. The Stone Brain. I guess it depends what we're losing. Like, winning without Meringue River Regent's probably the hardest. Yeah, they took Omniscience. I don't really think I care if they take Omniscience. Like, I'm totally fine just, like, casting Regents and trying to kill them with a 6/7, you know? We get to see a lot of cards and make a lot of decisions. Okay. I think I'm gonna start by casting this Roiling Dragonstorm. Okay. Is there a spell in my graveyard I want to cast? I guess not. One in my hand? No, not really. I could mill 4. I don't know if I care. Spire Surveillant. No reason to keep Abuelos for sure. And we'll pass. Leaving up, like, change the equation of Afara's Dismissal. Let's counter this. Was the intention all along, I think. Okay. The question is if I want to play the Meringue River Regent this turn or not. I feel like getting a 6/7 out can't be bad. I could also look for, like, more counter spells. More interaction. But I think I like just playing my 6/7. return our Falahi. Might as well. You're Rennie. Wasn't expecting that one. Well, I'm gonna need to do more than bounce it to win the game. How can I deal with this? Oh, I can leave up Counterspell with Moraine River Regent. That's kind of cool. Okay. So we'll stock up again. Negate. We already have a land drop this turn. So just keep getting Dragonstorms. Okay, definitely want that. And we don't need this Abuelo's Awakening. Or Founding, I don't think we really care about. I guess we don't need all of these Roiling Dragonstorms or like Falahis, so I'll just discard that. Founding can like at least cast a stock up or something, you know? Totally don't need this Abuelo's Awakening. If they recast it this turn, it'll be a little annoying. Okay. That's fine. We'll bounce it back with Moraine River Regent. Okay. Oh, that's a little annoying. 8. Oh, if they hit a land drop, we can't counter anymore. Don't love that. But I'm not sure we get a choice. So let's try it. No! Yeah, I mean... What am I supposed to do? I guess... Exhale, taps metal on mana. Okay, let's go to the next game. I'm not sure how we're winning this game. Okay, Stone Brain, important to know about. Let's put Spell Pierce in our deck. Yeah. You can put another Beza in. I don't know if that's really what we want to be drawing, though. We can put Overlord in. That's a good way to win the game. Yeah, let's take out both Bezas. Did I like Negate? It's probably pretty good. I think I did not like Afara's Dismissal. Okay, let's try to this one. It appears they have a lot of hate for this Omniscience deck. Ghost Vacuums and Stone Brains and stuff. Let's go first. Looks like a serviceable hand. It'll be a little annoying into Ghost Vacuum, but can't win them all. Ugh. Surveilling. Definitely don't need that. I don't know if there's ever a time where you want to draw this. I did learn with it in your graveyard you can still win the game, you just cast Abuelos to get it back. So, instead of the way the deck used to win, now it just gets this thing and casts it a bunch of times. Okay, Omniscience. Let's play our Falahi. I think we want Roiling Dragonstorm to keep digging. fields. I kind of want to put Omniscience in my graveyard this turn, but I don't know if it's correct. They don't have mana to cast Stonebrain, so it's like only the Ghost Vacuum that stops us. Alright. Mama didn't raise no B word. We're gonna go for it. Sometimes you just need to play as if they don't have it. I mean, I'm not so sure that that shows that they have it. I think we'll cast Stock Up first. They can interact with us now. I don't know what ways they play to interact with it from what we've seen so far, but... Ah, destroy target enchantment. Let's play this draw 3, discard a card. Oh, this works. Okay. Alright, well that's nice. Let's keep digging. This is one of my favorite ways to dig. Don't need any more counter spells. Moment of Truth is good. Helps us keep digging. We only have one Meringue River region in our yard, right? Or, oh, it's back in our deck. I forgot. Confounding Riddle sees more cards. From this point, like, your goal is to see as many cards. Oh, I should have taken Stock Up as humanly possible. Alright. I'll see you guys for the next match. Okay, welcome back to the second round. In true not like me fashion, we get to go first again. And this hand looks good. You know, got a way to discard it. We have Meringue River region, a piece of interaction. So we'll go ahead and keep it. Play our island. Meticulous Archive. Is it a mirror match? 10 block down. Sure looks like it. Alright, let's play Roiling Dragonstorm. Alright, once we find it, it looks like we're going to be able to play it with, like, you know, a fair bit of backup, which is kind of nice. Temp Lockdown. I'm not sure that it's helping us here. Oh, Restless Anchorage. I'm not sure that's what I was anticipating. Maybe it's Control. But we can't play anything, so we'll just pass. I do think I'm gonna counter this. No reason to tell them we have the meringue. Well. Looks pretty good. Not sure how much you can do when you're just that good. We very much could whiff. You know, we don't have a whole lot of cards to look at here. So we'll give it our best shot, but we can leave up like a counterspell or something. Okay, they have decided they don't want to see it. I think that's record for the fastest game so far of Standard we've played. My guess is this is Control. But honestly, I have no reason to believe it's not a mirror. So it's kind of hard for me to sideboard. I think either way, Spell Pierce and Negate are probably pretty good. And the rest of it I'm probably like not super excited about. And I think in either of them as far as Dismissal seems kind of bad. Oh, Abolisher is definitely good. Cut the Beza. Oh, we don't need Temp Lockdown in any of this. So, what do we leave in, huh? Bezos, I guess? Guess we can play this. I think I'd rather leave these Apharis' missiles. Like, at least you can, like, Apharis' missile your own Falahi or something. The Jeskai are led by monk practitioners who study the way. They seek unity of thought and consider it their duty to guide Tarkir into a better future. Cool. We learned something today. I didn't realize how many points you get early on in the ranks in Constructed. I've never played a lot of Constructed on Arena. This looks fine. Ways to interact. Ways to try to find our things. Stock up. Surveil. Don't think we need another surveil land. Fountain Port. Okay, that makes me think it's more leaning towards control. Falahi. Cool. We already have a stock up. I think I want the Dragonstorm. I'm leaning towards just not playing anything on this turn and confounding Riddle in end step. I think I like that. No reason to like have them counter stuff if we don't need to. I need a haircut. But Monday is my big day off and my hairdresser doesn't work on Monday. One of them into your hand. River Regent, I guess? Okay. I think I want to cast stock up. And I also think I'm happy to spell pierce if they try to counter it. In game one. Mostly because we have another spell pierce. If it wasn't for the second spell pierce, I wouldn't be this bold. But I kind of want to find it and then just try to cast it with spell pierce backup before our opponent has like a zillion lands. Okay, let's counter that. So we can go digging. Alright. Oh. Don't need that. We already have a land, so I guess I'll take a forest just because it helps us dig deeper. And I think we should be good to just play Abuelos with Spell Pierce backup, especially with a stock up cast. I think it is very unlikely that our opponent lives through the following turn. This may be one of our faster matches. Alright, cast Abuelos. Should be relatively easy from here. More just going through it. Alright. I'll see you guys for the next match. Right, here we are, and we won another die roll. Well, the world is easy when you win more die rolls. Okay, so this is a little bit awkward. We don't have a lot of ways to dig. But we have Omniscience, we have Lockdown, we have Pierce. I feel like maybe I should mulligan this for a hand that does a little bit more. Okay, I think this is fine. I'm gonna bottom in a Dark Our Wastes, I think. And I will probably be getting an island so we can cast our Roiling Dragonstorm. Alright. And this was definitely a reason to make sure I did not keep my other hand because it didn't do very much past like temp lockdown. Founding the third path is not great for us here. I think we're okay to hold a Far as Dismissal, so I'm going to play the Roiling Dragonstorm now to try to keep digging. Okay. A second Far as Dismissal is something I'm definitely happy to see. It'll be a way for us to kind of survive and dig through our deck, which is nice. Confounding Riddle. Okay. Play Blast Zone and pass. I think ideally if we take the damage this turn, I don't know if we're allowed to, but casting Confounding Riddle may be better for us. Maybe not. Yeah, I think we can cast Confounding Riddle. I think I'm okay taking 8 or 5. This will see some more cards. One of them in your hand. Falahi is also a blocker, which is kind of nice. But we could just take stock up and like play stock up and hold up a Far as Dismissal. I kind of like being able to block and double Dismissal, so I think I'm gonna take this Falahi. It feels like it'll help us live a little bit more. Moment of Truth. Okay, so let's cast this Falahi. I guess we're getting Abuelos, huh? And if we can block without playing a Far as Dismissal, casting Moment of Truth might be nicer. A Far as Dismissal does slow them down a bit. Oh, I think especially now that they've played Steam for Scholar, I am probably going to want to a Far as Dismissal. Eyeball. Oh, they put it on the Steam for Scholar that couldn't attack. Okay. I think I will be casting Moment of Truth then. We'll just block one of these. And take 3. That doesn't seem so bad. Let's cast Moment of Truth. Temp Lockdown does a bit here, doesn't it? It hits everything but the Steam Core Scholar. Is that better than taking the River Regent to try to dig a little bit more? I don't think so. I think especially because even when we do hit it, we're gonna need, like, something to keep going. Okay. Another Blast Zone. And we'll play it. And we get 2 Far as Dismissals this turn to find what we need. Do the biggest creature first. Also, this not having haste is pretty good for us. Alright, we finally found it. We don't need the extra land. We'll cast the other one. Bouncing the Scholar. And now I'm just surveilling for more action on the turn that we go to play it. I don't think we care about this Temp Lockdown. Stock up is like exactly what I want though. Like, now that I'm going to be able to cast Abuelos, I want to be able to dig as deep as I can. And if they have Spell Pierce, like, there's nothing we can do about it. So we'll just give it our best shot. They may have a way to interact. Our only option there is to respond with River Regent. And see if we can find something. We're dead otherwise. Alright, we can't play this at instant speed, unfortunately. So I think we are dead. I guess we do get to cast stock up. But it left a blast zone, so I don't think that's helping us. Alright, we are dead. If it left up an island, we could have like dug for a forest dismissal or something. Alright, Day of Judgment seems like it's probably pretty good here. Change the equation's probably pretty good. I think I liked a forest dismissal. I don't know how temp lockdown was. I think it hit most things. Maybe we don't want to go... I think I'm going to go down this thing. Maybe we don't want to go up dismissals. Because we're playing Day of Judgment anyway. Alright, this is my instinct. Let's try this. Cochino. Cochinho? I tried. Alright. We need more lands in this. This one has 0 lands. Alright, well. We're gonna keep this, and I think we're gonna bottom Blast Zone and Pierce, I think. I think we need to keep the things that contribute to our hand. Doing the thing that Omniscience does. We're definitely gonna want another land. Having it next turn is actually pretty nice because we can play a creature. We'll play the Falahi this turn. A 1/4. Wow. Unfortunate. Ghost Vacuum. Well, Ghost Vacuum wouldn't be so bad, except for the fact that we missed. Or we mulled to 5. Ooh, Temp Lockdown. That's a good answer to this. I guess I can discard the Flood Farm Verge, because I'm going to play Archive this turn and another Archive next turn. Because I'm going to play Temp Lockdown. So, we'll discard the Flood Farm Verge. We'll Archive. We don't need more lands. And I'm just going to make a mental note that Meringue is in exile and that we know that one of them is there. And yeah, we got nothing on the ground, so I guess we'll attack for 1. Who knows? 2 attacks for 1, then our clock with Meringue River Region changes. Okay, exactly what we wanted to happen this turn was we wanted them to play things that go under Temp Lockdown instead of like a 3-drop, so this worked out pretty well for us. Alright, well, cast Temp Lockdown. I should have technically attacked first, but I don't think it's realistically gonna matter. They'll remove a land from our graveyard. Take this archive. Yeah, Flahy's fine. At this point, we just need more cards. Alright, Flahy. Guess we got another Temp Lockdown. Like, we can get back this Omniscience, but unless we draw ways to go through our deck, I am not sure how relevant it is. I think I'm just gonna pass. Like, I don't see a reason to try to get this back right now. Alright, now I do. So we'll try. If they counter it, we do get a second shot, so it is one of the reasons to go ahead and do it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets countered again, but I think it's worth going for. Alright, we can pay for Pierce this time. Okay. We don't have another land drop. If I cast Temp Lockdown, our Dragonstorm goes underneath it. But then we get to draw with Beza. And I think that's worth it. Yeah, I think it's worth it. So this will let us draw a card. Gives us one more shot to dig a little deeper. Also plays a pretty big creature. I think that's like notable here. Alright, we did whiff. Which is by no means a surprise. Eyeball is a scary card to be discarding. Back for 4. Meringue is a great card here. We can, in fact, use it to bounce our own lockdown, which is really nice. So, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play this just, I don't know, in case they play Dispelling Exhale or something. We'll bounce this and this lockdown. Okay, we'll take the Moment of Truth. We already played a land. Go ahead and attack for 4. Okay. And you know, like, at this point, I am not sure how relevant going through the combo is. Okay. So we saw Pierce, but other than that, not a whole lot of interaction, so I don't feel the need to put in the Abolishers. I think I liked our setup. Temp Lockdown. I like the Day of Judgment, because Temp Lockdown just, like, they couldn't do anything after we cast it. That's the nice part about Temp Lockdown right now, is there's just so many decks where if you cast Temp Lockdown, the game is just over. Okay. This looks fine. Has some interaction. Some of our pieces. Base is always a nice stabilization tool. Mako. They're off to the races. Stack up seems to be pretty good. We probably will play our Fabled Passage next turn. Get the tap land out of the way. And I imagine I will Afara's Dismissal. I need to make sure I crack my Fabled Passage first. Okay. Nice. They cannot replay the Mako because of the way they're tapped. Okay, Master Attackers. We're gonna crack Fabled Passage first. Get an island. It's important to think about which lands you're getting for Temp Lockdown, but we do already have a Plains. Okay, I don't know if I want another stock up. I definitely don't want another Abuelo's Awakening. I'm not sure I mind another stock up. Yeah, I feel like I'm okay drawing another stock up. Oh, Helping Hand is a problem. Well, stabilizing is gonna be tough from here. Especially with a stock up like that. This is a 9. That's a lot. It's more than 9. We can play Beza, which gains us 4 and makes some creatures on the ground. They don't get 2 combats this turn, which is nice. I think whether Beza is enough is a reasonable question. Okay, we have the Omniscience now, but I don't think it helps because we will die if we try to do anything to put it in the yard. So we'll play Beza and, you know, hopefully going to 12 and making some dudes is enough. Attacks, they're formal types. Destroy evil, okay. And they do get 2 combats, so we're dead. Unfortunate. Alright, I think we have time for one more. We'll play one more match. Alright, here we are. We did lose a die roll. With a hand I am fairly certain we cannot keep. I think it is just a little too bad. That's just better. I think we'll bottom one of the Afar's dismissals. Or dispersal, whatever it's called. We do need to make sure we're hitting lands. We need a second plains for the Beza. Shivan Reef. Is this the same Oculus deck? No, that it's a Storm Chaser's talent. My guess is this is some sort of cutter deck? I don't think a counterspell is what we want here. The versions look so weird when they're only one color. I don't like it. Plotting a slick shot show off. Okay, so they're gonna play slick shot show off next turn. Do I want to hold up Afar's missile or do I want to play Falahi? I think I just want to play the Falahi. Okay. Dragonstorm will help us dig. And we can play the Dragonstorm and then hold up the Afar's dismissal next turn. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna block the Swift Spear because it's the one I feel like blocking. Ouch. Okay. 257. Ooh, another dispersal. I wonder if maybe I just want to hold up double dispersal. I mean, Surveillance is like kind of the same thing, right? No, I think I should play the Dragonstorm. Helps us draw into more cards that like could possibly be useful. They have Spell Pierce or something? Torch? Okay. Alright. We do also have a counterspell if they hold up Torch, which is nice. So I think we'll be able to win the game next turn, hopefully. We do have a small issue with, like, we don't have a lot of cards to dig. In fact, we don't have any. A little bit of a problem. But we're gonna get 2 surveils, so hopefully we can surveil for useful things. I'm just gonna go ahead and bounce this Switch up now. Like, theoretically, a lot of the time you should wait for them to play spells, but I want to make sure I get to surveil. For exactly that reason. I have no desire to draw 2 lands. I'd like to draw useful things. If we play Beza, I do think we can wait a turn. Oh, stock up. I think with stock up we can just go for it. I think we see enough cards, and we get to play the Beza off of the Omniscience anyway. Alright. Get back our Omniscience. Start with stock up. I love being able to do this with counterspell backup. It feels so good. I will not behold a dragon. I guess before I stock up, I would like to surveil too. Good thing I did. I don't want either of those. Okay. And this should be enough, I think. Okay. All set. So this looks like the Steel Cutter Prowess deck. I don't know how much different it is. Change the equation still seems good. As far as dismissal seems good. Temp lockdowns are definitely good. I don't think we need to bring in, like, more counter spells than we already have, to be honest. And then I think I'll take out the Confounding Riddle, just because it's on the slower end. And we'll run with this. Looking at my phone between games like a menace. Alright, our opponent is choosing who goes first. And this hand, I'm gonna keep it, but it's sketchy. It's sketchy for sure. We need to get a second Plains, but Temp Lockdown does so much. And we have a couple early counter spells. My logic with this hand is, like, if we can play Temp Lockdown into Beza, I'm just not sure the deck can beat it regardless of what we do. Yeah, I mean, I think we want this at some point. I just don't know if it's now. We need to hit lands. I think we can hit that later. Okay. Well, we have counter spells. But if our plan is to play Temp Lockdown, I don't know how much we, like, care about countering something. They're just not doing anything. Interesting. Opt. Okay. They left it on top. Mountain. These lands are cool. I like that it put the island over here and the mountain over here. Like, it looks like a dragon's eye. I think I want to counter this. We have several counter spells, and they appear to be struggling with their cards. If we didn't have more counter spells, I would be less incentivized to counter that, but... I'm going to play a Rolling Dragonstorm because I just really want to be able to hit my land drops. Which apparently, even with Whirling Dragonstorm, we cannot do. Bird. Okay. They're probably going to play a lot of things this turn. We're probably going to 10 block down. Oh, they're just going to play stock up. Well, I'm going to FR his Dismissal to Surveil. And I'm not feeling so bad. Just feel like they don't have enough cards to combat my hand. Alright, lands. Maybe I want, like, Dragonstorm. Or Moment of Truth. Like, they let me look at more cards. We have a Moment of Truth already. Now, I think I'm just gonna bin both of them in an attempt to search for lands. Okay. Let's go with our same adventure. Lands. Yeah, I think we just want the land. I don't think it matters when we get Abuelos. As much as I would love to play it now, we just, like, need to be able to cast our spells. Maybe we could have just taken Abuelos and lived off of our temporary lockdowns. Do I want them to have another one? I think all of this is fine, and I will just, if they play stock up, I'm gonna counter it. If not, I will probably just temp block down on their turn. Hold the counterspell. If I'm gonna cast temp block down, there's really no reason to, like, we're at a very healthy life total. Alright, I'm gonna play the land in case they try to spell pierce us. And I'm not really sure what they do from here. It just doesn't matter how long it takes for us to win the game. They have 2 cards, all of their things are under temp block down. We have a counterspell to back it up. And I no longer care how long it takes me to win the game. Restless Spire. Alright, what's this doing? 2-1. It scries. Sure. Thundering Falls. Okay. Alright, basic gains is 4 and makes a treasure. I think I like that. It's a big creature. Doesn't draw cards, but... Disdainful Stroke. Darn. Stock Up's a good draw for them. Hi, Loons. Loon has appeared. Hi, Luna. That was a fun way to get over here. She, like, can just walk over this side, but she's going this side where she, like, can't get by my computer and, like, jumped on top of it and all this other stuff. Okay, another land is great. Oh. I believe I've won the game. Omniscience is in my yard, right? Yeah, okay. We've won. I can cast Founding the Third Path on the 3rd chapter to cast the Abuelos. And then to win, we'll just have to get the Founding back with a different Abuelos. I guess we do need to not fizzle. The only thing we have to dig is oh. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. I was like, oh, I have a counterspell backup. But I don't have mana for it. That's okay. Still at 11. This 2 damage we're taking from his land is kind of annoying. I mean, we can just play our River Regent. hold up Counterspell and plan to discard 3 and draw a card. As much as I'd like to have the River Regent, I think we need to dig a little further in our deck before we die to this Restless Spire. Okay. I should have been paying more attention to whether they've been keeping the scries on the top or the bottom. Okay, that one goes on the top. Hey, loons. Imagine if you could behold a dragon on the stack. That's so unfortunate. Honestly, like, I don't know what we're gonna do now. Like, we can hard cast Omniscience next turn, but we're just gonna die to this land. And we have nothing to go further into our deck. I feel like this is a mistake I must have made. Like, there must have been some other way I could have set up this game where this wasn't a case that happened. They left their card on top, they left this card on top. My guess is they're just ways to interact with me. Like, I straight don't know what to do if all we draw is lands. Why is it not? Oh, it's 10 mana. LOL. Okay, well, I guess we'll play a land. Now, they play, like, Lightning Strike or anything? We're probably just dead, aren't we? Alright, now we are dead. Actually, factually dead. I feel like there's something we could have done there. It's okay. We'll learn for next time. I do think I like our deck configuration. Let's just run it back. Hey, loons. The people want to see you. You want to come say hi? Oh, nope. A little feisty. She's got a little basket. You guys can come see her in her basket. You see her? There's the bean. Bean in the basket! Boop! Bean in the basket! Say hi. Yeah. She loves baskets. She's a basket cat. Oh, I've moved my camera. Okay, we're good. Hello. You having fun? Hello. Oh, baby. Shake. Okay, we are on the play, which should help a bit. And this hand looks better, for sure. So, Archive on turn 1. And I think we want to find things that interact with them a little bit more than just taking a stock up. We already have a stock up to cast on turn 3. And if they have a quick start, we're going to need some way to deal with it. Okay. And I do think I will go ahead and just get my top land now. Running a lot of copies of, like, this stuff is so clunky. Spirelift canals are pretty. Alright, let's crack this. Same as last time, we already have a plane, so I'm gonna get an island. Are they just gonna counter our stock up? Maybe. I think we should still try. If this is what they're using their counter spells on, then it is what it is. We do now need to draw, like, lands or something. Talent. As far as this missile's pretty good into talent. Alright, well. We didn't get a land. How far is this missile? I think we're good with the Rolling Dragonstorm. Gives us more ways to find our lands. an Omniscience in the yard. And if we did get a land, we might have just abuelos there. But I guess if they're holding up all their lands, then that's less exciting. Opt. Sure. Feel free. Top. Wow. There's gotta be lands in my deck somewhere, right? Or is it only Abuelo's Awakenings and Omnisciences? That's all I've drawn all match. At this point, I do think we want to keep our Omniscience in our hand. So that, like, if they don't have a counterspell, we can, like, Omniscience into Omniscience. It plays around, like, Torch the Tower and stuff. But if their answer is counterspell, like, I think we just keep jamming Abuelos. We have so many of them. We do need to find a 4th land to do this. A lot of mana issues. Hello. Hi, baby. There's a chance we just play Beza first. Beza looks pretty good into this. I guess we don't even gain life. I don't think I want 2 lands. I'm gonna take the 1 that's untapped. Oh, did they just tap out? That was a bad idea. Beza draws a card, so we'll play that first. Beza draws another card. Okay. Dragonstorm. Okay, we can keep going. We don't need all these abuelos. Do we have... Okay. I was looking to see if we had the thing already. We should bounce Meringue River Regent. Stock up is good. Play this again. One, two, three, four, five, six. Beza. Stock up. Okay. Flahi. Alright. They've seen enough. And I will see you guys in a couple of seconds. Alright, I hope everybody had fun. Omniscience is the deck I plan on spending a bit of time learning over the next couple of days. I think it's really strong. I think it's really resilient. For example, I think there's a couple of things in the games that I lost I could have done differently. That likely would have led to a better outcome. I think I need to more often ask myself the question, like, how am I winning this game? And what do I need to play around? And maybe use my little brain a little bit more. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me, you can do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I am a YouTube partner now, which is pretty exciting. I'm having a good time. And, you know, commenting and things like that helps the algorithm, and it's super, super awesome. I have also converted all of my Patreon content over to Metafy, and I am going to be doing some Metafy stuff on Omniscience. No guides or anything yet. I don't know the deck well enough, but I think that one of the things that I really struggled with when I moved into the competitive scene from Limited was picking up decks. You know, like, how do I always felt like the first time I picked up a deck, I needed to be immediately proficient at it. But, you know, there's, like, some calibration time of picking up a deck, spending time learning it, looking at game logs, doing whatever to, like, really be proficient at it. And so, since I'm doing that now with Omniscience, I figured I might as well explore that with my friends over on Metafy. So, if you're interested in that, you know, go ahead over there. The link will be down below. And thank you guys for all of your support, and I'll see you next time.